Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I just opened the brand new Petrified Fish Beluga Tanto. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I wanted to show you what you get in the box. You get some phosphorus bronze washers and a whole set of freaking screws. Can you believe that? We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But we're going to open this. We're going to talk about the aesthetics, fit, finish, action, ergos, in and out of the pocket, factory grind. We'll disassemble it, reassemble it, and then I'll give you my thoughts. And all that is going to start right now. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, subscribers. You're all freaking amazing for supporting the channel. Oh, would you look at that? That's some good looking micarta. Ooh, it feels pretty good too. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Very nice. We're going to go all the way around, have some fun doing it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Absolutely fantastic. Check it out. We have a nice spot for a lanyard there. No holes. Look at that. The aesthetics are pretty clean. I'm liking it already. And this is, boy, it's a hefty boy. Check out that pocket clip. We have a deep carry pocket clip. You're not going to have any screws in the way because, well, they're flat. Look at that. Totally recessed, totally flat. No mushrooms growing in the shade. And look at there. It's reversible. That's what I'm talking about. Micarta back spacer. Very nice. Very, very nice. We'll know what the inside of it looks like. And I think these bearings are multi-row. I saw a picture. I'm just telling you right now. So that's what it looks like. You know what? I think we need to take a look at this blade. Are you ready? Let's do it. Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Would you look at that? That is some serious bladage. Wow. Oh my goodness. If you want a work knife, look at, wow. This is going to be a work knife and a half. That's a Tanto blade if I've ever seen one. Oh my goodness. Let's go from one end down to the other. Take a breath. Oh my goodness. This thing, I cannot wait to get the specs on this in a second. Wow, look at that. So the finish, nice stonewash finish. It's nice and clean and even. Have a fuller going all the way down. And it's kind of soft. It is not sharp at all. Matter of fact, I kind of like them a little sharper than that to help grab my skin. And there's your Nashorn. That's a Nashorn design. Petrified fish. And let me give you a little bit of texture vision. You know, we have to have our texture vision. How does it feel? It feels nice and micarta-y. Is that a word? Is that a word? Micarta-y? Feels good. And what is that? Oh, looks like we have T6 body screws. I'm kind of surprised by that. And how about this side? Look at that. No billboarding. Nice, clean look. And this blade, we'll talk about this just in a second. And there you go. What does that say? I can't even read it from here. K110 steel. And there's your, I think that's probably the PFP01T. 01T? I gotta take it easy, not get so excited, right? So fast. But I am totally excited about this blade. Let's take a look at the edge. Can we see the edge? And we'll see how it cuts a piece of paper. So it looks like a pretty nice, even grind. How about this side? Not too bad. Looks pretty good. Let's see if it'll cut a piece of paper. So this blade shape is going to be a serious, serious worker. Oh, yeah, listen. You hear how clean that is? How about the top part? Oh, yes. Has an excellent grind. Oh, my goodness. You're going to be able to do scraping and everything else with this thing. In and out of the pocket. Absolute dream. It is sliding in and out like nobody's business. What? The pocket clip. But yeah, take a look here. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. You know, this almost could be even a little higher, but it's not going to be hot spot. I guarantee it. You know, we got to take a quick stab at the old weight. Let's see. It's definitely heavier than the Mannix. I'm going to go with around probably, are we centered? I'm guessing, I'm going to go with 5.5. It feels about 5.5. And it is. Oh, well, 5.52 ounces. Yeah, baby. I just measured everything, and your total length from tip to tip is 8.34 inches. Your blade style is a Tanto. You have Bowler K110 steel, stonewash finish. Your total blade length 3.58 inches, and your sharper blade length is 3.47 inches. Blade width is 1.32 inches. Blade stock is 154 thousandths of an inch. Look at that. That's some solid stuff. Your thickness behind the edge, surprisingly, it comes all the way down to 19 thousandths. For such a big blade, yeah, that's some good stuff right there. You have some really nice micarta scales. Your close length's 4.74 inches from tip to tip. Your handle width's 1.26 inches. And closed, it's 1.5 on the nose, 1.5 inches. Your handle thickness is 0.60 inches. Your opening method's front flipper, and I think we're going to be able to use this fuller. We'll see here in just a minute. It has ceramic ball bearings, which you're going to see, a liner lock, reversible deep carry pocket clip. Your hardware is T8 in the pivot, T6 body screws, and it's a Nashorn design. This is the Petrified Fish Beluga PFP01T. These come in 5 different colors. You can get G10 or micarta, so whichever one you prefer. And you can get stonewashed or the black stonewashed blades. And it goes back and forth for whatever kind of scales or blades you want. You can choose. And I will have links in the description to every knife you see in this video and the comparison knives that you're about to see. And let's check out the fit and finish, or the fit. Let's check out the fit. We already looked at the finish. It is rock solid. Oh, it's not going anywhere. And the lockup's right about 40%. And are we centered? It looks like we are centered. That's a win. All right, let's throw some other knives up here so you can get a good idea of the size of this bad boy. Here's the Ontario Rat #1. And how about the good old Spyderco Paramilitary 2? Look at that, full size, no doubt about it. This is, oh my goodness, this is gonna be such a work knife. And the QSP Penguin, you know I gotta show the Penguin. That way, you know how big this knife is. Look, it's a baby. And here's the Kubi Carve. There's another Tanto for you. Get my hands out of the way so you can actually see. And let's do a couple more. How about the Civivi Conspirator? The Conspirator. So yeah, you know, blade length, you have about the same amount of blade length, but boy, you don't have this. I mean, utility, I'm just so excited. I love utility blades, and this actually has a purpose. It's going to be a work knife. I mean, it just screams work knife. Here's the Spyderco KIZER Sheepdog. Oh my goodness, the KIZER Sheepdog Civivi Conspirator. And now too, that a lot of you that have a Petrified Fish Beluga or Baby Beluga, you'll want to see. Oh my gosh, here's the baby beluga. It's a baby one. And here's the regular sized beluga. So I'm going to see if I can put them up pivot to pivot and see if we have any size difference. And you know what? I'm going to take the baby out of the equation and put these up here. It looks like, yeah, I think this is a little bit bigger. Let's take a look here. So putting it all the way at the end. So if you look lengthwise, the Tanto is a tad longer, and the handle is a tad thicker on the Tanto. See there? So the Tanto is a little beefier. And blade length, I've got them right there on the pivots. Blade length is pretty much just about the exact same. I mean, that's as close as exact as you can get. So if you have a regular beluga, now you know that this is just about the same thing except for a different blade. All right, let's check out the ergos and the action. So flippability, it feels exactly like, yes, I knew what it was going to feel like. I've flipped it a couple times so far since we started. And, you know, it feels really good in the hand. The ergos are good. They're neutral. There's not a bunch of stuff to force your hand somewhere. And, you know, as far as flippability, let me back out a little bit. There we go. Now I have some more room. It's good to flip, but this is one where you definitely have to commit to this front flipper because it's not a big front flipper. There's not a leverage. It's just right down here. So you have to be careful and not fly off the side of it because if you fly off of it, your thumb is gonna know it. And your jimping, it has pretty good jimping. It's not very aggressive. It doesn't grab your skin. It's kind of smooth. That would be a small nitpick of mine. I would say, give me a little more aggression. That way it's definitely going to grab my thumb. And can we reverse flick it? Oh, no. Okay. So it has a sweet spot. I had to get down here. If you look, if I can turn my hand that far, up here, I'm not able to get my fingernail in there. But if I go down, if I choke down on it, then it's a nice reverse flick. So that's something to keep in mind. I noticed that when we first opened it, that this fuller is not sharp. I like it. I don't want it sharp where it's going to cut me, but I like where it grabs my skin, just like I like jimping that grabs my skin. So it is definitely reverse flickable. And a lot of you that are watching this right now, you have the regular size beluga that I just showed. This has the same action. Look at that. Talk about completely drop shut. I mean, how could you not drop shut with a blade like this? It is very smooth. The ergos are comfortable. I already know that. And your pass-through, the pass-through to the liner lock is not bad at all. I don't have to jam my finger in there. It's easy. I really like that it's reversible pocket clip. My hand's 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here. It's 7.25 from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger. And here's what it looks like. Just gets the comfortable hold. Yeah, it is really nice. It feels really good. Now, I'm going to bring up the jimping one more time. So if I'm just holding this in just a regular grip, I'm not squeezing it or anything. Speaking of which, doing the old bee squeeze, no hot spots at all. You can feel the edges. They're not chamfered. They're kind of 90 degree-ish, but they're not killing me or anything. But just holding this in a comfortable position and putting my thumb out, you can see where the jimping stops, and my thumb rests right past the jimping. So to get that, I'm gonna have to choke back, and that's not a natural way for me personally to hold a knife. Maybe you, but me, I put my thumb up a little farther. That way, when I'm doing some pull cuts, now push cuts, I'm gonna be good. And look at this, the scraping you're gonna be able to do with this blade. Oh my gosh. And that tip, that is nice and defined. And these are easier to sharpen than you think. You sharpen this blade completely, then you sharpen this one. You do that edge, then this edge. It's not that bad. I was scared the first couple times I did it, and then I realized, no, do one until it's done, then do the next one. So, do we have a choil? Not really. Our plunge grind ends right there, and you're gonna get about one sharpening, you're maybe a couple, and then you're gonna hit the plunge grind. So, depending on if you're a knife sharpener guy or not, if that even matters, but that's something definitely to take note. Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and take it apart, and then we'll come back for a couple things I noticed and final thoughts. Okay, you ready? Oh, by the way, it's an easy index flipper. I almost forgot to tell you. You just put the middle of your, in between your knuckles, you put your finger up there and just pow, right in the kisser. All right, let's take this bad boy apart. So I'm going to get a T8 and a T6 because that's all we're going to need. And I have links to everything you're going to see in the disassembly down in the description. That way I don't have to tell you more about them. That way we can get right in here. Looks like we're gonna, I can't remember if it has a D shape or if it stops on the scales. It's coming apart really nicely. Very nice. Now this is kind of a recap video if you've watched my Beluga videos. I have a video on the Beluga and the baby Beluga. Nice clean pivot screw. And let's see if we can keep everybody in order where they belong. And this, okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can jinx myself. Should I do that? This should be a relatively simple procedure. Taking it apart, we'll see what happens here. Do I have to take that? Yeah, yes I do. So there's that one. And I have the lights up nice and bright so you guys can see what's happening here. So how are we doing? Okay, we're looking good. And if you look on the inside here, there's your two screws, and they are different lengths. The back screw is longer than the front screw. And you see, this is loose. There's nothing connected on the outside. It's all happening on the inside. So I'll put the scale up there. And, oh yeah, nice, very nice. You're gonna come apart. There's your scale. Look at that, pretty clean. And that, oh yeah, love me some D-shaped pivot. And I have some alcohol, a lot of alcohol. The cleaning kind. Yeah, look at that. Nice and clean. Very, very nice. Oh, there they are. Multi-row bearings, baby. Would you look at it? Just look at it. That is the coolest thing. It's no wonder this thing is so freaking smooth. I mean, man, it is smooth. Plus, you know, it has such a big blade. It's gonna shut easy anyway. But there's a look on the inside. Look how clean. And I know I got to give you a good look at these bearings. Look at this. Yeah, love. You know me. If you watch Beez Blades, you already know I love me some bearings. And by the way, before I forget, if you have any questions about any knives you've seen on the videos, on any of the videos, you can come to the live stream on Friday night, and that's a great time for question and answers. And if I don't know the answer, I guarantee someone that's in the chat is going to know. Because that's what we do. We talk about knives, whatever else comes up. And if you have a question about anything knife related, that is the place to do it, because as much as I try to get to every comment on every video, I still can't get to all of them. Usually the first day or two that a video comes out, I'm able to get most of them. It just depends, you know, I do work a full-time job and all that good stuff. Got to mow the grass and and all that good stuff. So there's the knife. There it is apart. Now, I've been doing a lot better. You guys are noticing, I bet, that I've started to try to get in the habit of putting on my KPL heavy first. By the way, if you're new, this is Knife Pivot Lube, KPL. I have 10% off to this. There's discounts, discount codes, affiliate codes, all that stuff in the description part of this video. You hit the arrow and then you hit see more. Not Seymour, don't hit Seymour, hit Seymour. I did it again. It has all of that good stuff in there, but I'm gonna see if I can not be heavy-handed. Let's see how I can do with the heavy. The heavy I can control a little bit better just because it has a thicker viscosity. Oh, I overshot it a little bit. That's not too bad. That's acceptable. Now I'm gonna get a doodad. This is what I call them, and I do have links to these two down there. And this is Knife Pivot Lube Original, the OG, the original. I'm gonna put a little bit of this dude on there, and then a little bit on here, and then a little bit over here, and a little dab will do ya. And you know, I don't remember before I wiped it off. I don't think it had a lot of oil on it to begin with. It didn't really need it. It's so clean, you know. Plus the ceramic bearings. And I'm just going to put this all around the pivot. This thing is going to be a guillotine. How do you say it? Guillotine? Guillotine? Put the bearing on there. Wipe that down a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, we're going to be rocking and rolling. Now here, check a look at this. Here's the stop pin. Right there. So the stop pin goes here. And you can see that's where it's going to stop. Right there. And right, boy, we're shiny. We're so shiny. Let's see if I can dial that in. I'm going to put the stop pin in here where it goes, if I can reach it. My fat fingers. Okay, so now, see when it opens? That's what stops it. Boy, I can't. I have it almost too bright. There you go. That's where it stops, and you can see when it shuts, it's going to stop the same spot. Maybe that's why they call it a stop pin. And don't forget, I know I talked about Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Just a minute ago. And you guys that are used to watching the videos, you know, if you have an idea for something you would like me to bring up while I'm doing disassemblies, I have a couple ideas, but I'm curious what you all have, because you guys come up with the most awesome ideas ever. You were watching, I know you were watching that pin over there. The back spacer. I almost missed it. And if you look here, see how the D-shaped pivot is going to line up with the scale right there. That's what's going to keep everything in place. Let me make sure I got it pushed in. Make sure I have it pushed in for you grammar police. Feels like it. I don't know. It feels like it's sticking out a little bit. There we go. Now it's in there. But I was thinking about maybe during disassemblies, making that a time when I could ask you a question, and then the people that answer the question, maybe sometimes it'll be a little extra something. I don't know. Just throwing some ideas out there. You guys know I like to do giveaways, and I'm trying to think of fun ways to do them. I mean, we already have fun as it is, but my mind's always pontificating. So I'm going to get this dude started. Let's see. What am I doing wrong here? Let me make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. There we go. Did you hear that click? When you don't hear a click, it usually means something needs to click. That's better. That's better. That's a nice solid pivot screw. There we go. Now I tried to jinx myself earlier. I'm waiting on the jinx. It's not happening yet. Maybe we'll luck out and won't get one. But if you're driving right now, I know a lot of folks do like me and you drive. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're at home just chilling, or you're drinking your morning coffee, or whatever you're doing, watching some TV, or if you have Beez up on the big screen, I hope you're having a great day. And if you didn't have a good day, well, it's time to relax and make the rest of the day good. That's why I always tell you, live life in the present. Don't worry about what happened earlier. Live right now and enjoy right now. All right, so we have everything tightened down. There we go. Now, are we centered? Let's see. Yes, we are centered. And how's our action? Oh, yeah, we're good to go. Are we solid? It is rock solid. Let's go back to the big screen. All right, we are back, and it is smooth. Oh, it is smooth as a baby's bum. So a couple little nitpicks would be Definitely the fuller. I'll show you, I have the regular Beluga here, and that is the difference I noticed right from the beginning is with the Beluga, the original Beluga, you can access that fuller for a reverse flick anywhere you want. It is raised up more, so this will give you an idea of the difference. So I would definitely hope maybe to take the scale down just a little bit so you can access that fuller. Can't really do it, can I? With my see, with this one, it is sharper. It grabs the skin in a good way, and I'm able to use, that gives me another deployment method. I'm able to use my thumb. With this one, I can't safely get my thumb in there. I mean, that takes a lot of concentration. I can do it, but that's one thing. Another thing, everybody needs to start putting a sharpening tool in it. That's not a big deal. That's kind of like, you know, what you get these days. TH for the body screws would be awesome. That's a plus. That would be a plus. Now this is definitely a plus. I love it when they do a lanyard space right there instead of putting a hole through it. That really makes for a nice clean design. I like the aesthetics of it. I absolutely love this working blade. Blades that are meant to do something. I just want to like scrape the paint off of a painted in sealed window, scrape it down and then scrape it off. I just want to do some scraping with this puppy. But other than that, it's comfortable. It has good action. I have to choke down. That would be another little nitpicky. Is like, if I choke down, I can do it no problem. So you just have to remember, if it's your knife, you just choke down a little bit and you're good. It works very well doing that. But it's a good knife. Do I think it's, oh, by the way, it runs around 45, 46 bucks. I'll put links in the description. For the price point, for what you get, absolutely. I mean, this micarta, spectacular. I love me some micarta. It does, you know, on the texture scale from 1 to 10, I give it about a 5. You can feel it. It's not super grippy, but it does feel good. Oh, it feels so good. But tell me what you all think about it. If you don't have an opinion on it, well, you know, tell me what you had for breakfast or tell me how your day went. Say hi to everybody in the chats. And I'm curious what you think. Do you like big, beefy work knives or don't you? Tell me all about it. But until I see you again or see you in the live streams or talk to you in the chats, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.